When you lose your job, you're going to want to look for work. And that may mean cold calling people. But in the days of social media, is cold calling still a good idea? Nicole Attias is a cold calling and sales expert. She's going to answer all our questions for us. Thank you, Nicole, for joining us. So, cold calling, good idea, bad idea?
It's an absolute must. Have to do it. I know, with social media around and emailing and, people kind of go around cold calling because they don't like dealing with it. But it is so crucial.
And what do people need to know about cold calling if they've never done it before?
Keep it simple. If you've never done it before, you really need to understand who you're really cold calling. Like you're not cold calling a company, you're cold calling an individual at that company. So really be clear on the decision maker, what you're going to tell that person, what their role is, and really match your message to that individual and their department.
So you need to do a fair amount of research on this person before you pick up the phone and start a conversation.
You know what, the more research you do the better, but really it's not that complicated. Go on LinkedIn, learn a little bit about this person, go on the website, find out who they work with, find out a little bit, but you don't need to know a ton of stuff. You need to know the right stuff, a couple of good points just to help you through. And really, it's okay to call a few times if you don't hear back. It's okay to leave messages as long as they're done in a professional way. And employers really love persistence. They love it.
That is absolutely true. I have told more than one person who's approached me about internship or entry level jobs. I've said, I'm going to remember the person who's in front of me at the time, so keep calling. And every one of them said they'd keep calling, and only one ever did. And it took 5 years, but he got a job.
5 years. Wow. Yeah,
He
I think
wanted it.
there you go. Being persistent in your efforts and really knowing what you want will definitely get you in the door.
And are there good times to cold call, bad times? When are the best times to call?
People often argue that the best time to reach executives would be first thing in the morning or towards the end of the day. Really, I think that just making the call at any time of day, leaving that voicemail, you're most likely going to get their voicemail anyway. So, really mastering what to say on that message is more important than the time of day that you're picking up the phone to call.
How should people structure that message if they're leaving a voicemail?
State your name, state your number, the date and time of the call is always good because some employers like to know, wow, this person's really keeping up. They know they're focusing on the date. It's just like a false sense of credibility, right? You're creating credibility by leaving the date and time, who you are, what you're looking for. You're looking for a job. It's fine to say, I'm looking for a job. I'd like to learn more about this position. There's nothing wrong with that. And you'd like to follow up, you're interested in scheduling a meeting. The purpose of making these calls is to schedule virtual meetings. Just come out and say it. And I would also even take it one step further and say, I'm available next Monday at 1 o'clock or next Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Offer dates and times, offer choices, show that you're proactive.
So, do call, first of all. Second, know a bit about the person that you're calling. Third, be professional all the way and direct and clear about what you want.
Yeah,
Anything else people need to know?
it just takes practice, really. So initially it might feel a little awkward, might feel strange. You can also follow it up with an email if you don't hear anything back, but email would be your last resort. I would say just keep at it, don't quit, don't give up, and you will get in.
Yeah, it's a tough gig calling out of nowhere, but be kind to yourself while you're doing it. The people you're talking to have a lot of people calling them, and persistence, as you said right at the beginning, pays off. So does being pleasant. One tip that I have for everyone that I talk to is try to find a way to build a little bridge. See if there's anything you have in common that you can work with to create a connection.
Oh, for sure. We didn't get into that. That's a whole different topic here today, but for sure, you definitely want to have that. The more you connect with people, the easier this whole thing plays out.
Nicole, thank you so much for your expertise. Really appreciate your time, and listen to what she has to say. Say she does this for a living, and get out there. Don't be afraid. Don't beat yourself up. Just make those calls.
Thank you.